We joined Simon Squibb's e-commerce Accelerator program to see if it could help us grow our brand. And we're now 2 weeks in, and it's way more intense than we anticipated. So for some quick context, this accelerator is a 4-week program where we learn how to set up a Shopify store, get a product up and running, get customers, do social media, and just in general have a business up and running in just 4 weeks. The twist though here is that most people in this program are complete beginners, including us. I mean, we're also beginners. But we have one small advantage, which is we already have a brand. We already have email subscribers. We already have a product that we're working on. So we're a little bit ahead, most of the people, but we still thought that this would be a fun thing to do and it will be challenging us and it will help us grow Nordic Dudes. Our situation is this. We have Nordic Dudes, which is our e-commerce brand where we sell anti-chafe swim shorts, and we want to create a fun brand that has Viking-related comedy and makes people laugh. Basically, we target guys with big legs and want to help them stop chafing and make them laugh along the way. That's the whole idea. We have a product idea and we have designed a product and we're working with the manufacturer and we have samples and all that, but we don't have a final product in hand yet. We don't have anything that we're ready to sell yet. We're basically waiting for our manufacturer, and then we're also waiting for some couple of things that we're doing with registering the business and some legal and things that we need to do in Sweden in order to get ourselves up and running with Nordic Dudes. We're running this program, this e-commerce accelerator, without really having a product, which is a little bit scary and makes things a little bit challenging at times because some of the things need to be done assuming you already have a product. And there's already other guys in the program who already have a product that they source through drop shipping, or they make their own products and things like that. So that is a little bit tense, and it makes things very fun and challenging, but also difficult at times. But, that's part of the game. You face challenges, you have difficult times, and you solve difficult problems. That's entrepreneurship. We embrace it and try to make the best with the information that we have at the time and try to solve the problem as good as we can. So what is the program like? And I can say it is very fast and very intense. Each week starts off with a webinar where we talk about the things that we're going to do during the week, and it's like an hour and a half, and you ask questions, and someone who's been doing the thing we're going to do for that week talks about what they've done and what's worked for them. And that's really helpful and really useful, and then you can ask questions afterwards. After that, you get an email every day from Monday to Sunday with tasks that you need to do. And sometimes it's a couple of tasks, sometimes it's just one task. For example, for the first day, we have to record a minute-long video of ourselves where we talk about what kind of business we have, what our goals are, what our dreams are, and what the plan is in terms of how we want to start this business. Another example is starting the Shopify store. So we had to create a homepage and then create a hero image and then a call to action and a lifestyle picture on the hero image and just kind of design the website. Those are some of the things that we have done during the past 2 weeks. That means it's constant action all the time. You need to do something every day in order to keep up. And that makes it so difficult sometimes because sometimes you have life coming in the way, or you have other stuff that maybe make you miss a day here and there, which is not really a problem, but you need to stay on top of things. One thing that is really cool about this community though is that it's super active. So when you post something in the community on HelpBnk.com about whatever task it is for that day, the feedback that you get is insane. So people comment on what you post, they say what they think, they say what you can improve, they come up with ideas, and this has made it very interesting and very fun to interact and come up with things, because we've gotten some great ideas from people that have said, oh, maybe you could do it this way, or maybe you could change things around. And that has been super helpful. And then obviously we try to give the gesture back by engaging with other people's content as well and see where we can come up with ideas that can help them. So it kind of becomes this community of where you give each other feedback and there's accountability and you support each other and you see other people building their businesses in real time and when they make progress. So it's super fun and super interesting, but like I said, it's super challenging and high paced as well. It does force you to take action every day, but that also makes the program feel real and makes it valuable, unlike many other programs that are not really that valuable and don't really give you that much. This program is focused on action taking and making sure you take the right actions as quickly as possible and get up and running as quickly as possible. What have we done this week? So it's been 2 weeks, right? We're halfway through the program. Today is Monday, so it's the start of week 3. So by the time this video comes out, we're probably a couple of days into the week already. So what have we actually done? So if we go in here into the screen, we can see our current Shopify website. So we have this website is, by the way, not available yet to the public. It has a password and is protected. But what we have here is just, we created a header with Nordic Dudes, Shopify, About Us, Contact, and then a hero image, and then Conquer Chafing, sign up to our newsletter because we don't have a product yet. And then what my brother did was he just added a little bit of benefits here and a little bit of info about the swim shorts. And all this is not a beautiful design yet, but since we're both working full-time jobs, this makes it a little bit difficult to create a beautiful design and all that, because it takes a lot of time, right? And we don't have that time. So what we do is we try to keep up because it's such a high-paced program. So we just do the things to put in placeholders, right? This will be cleaned up and it will be made better. It's just that in order to keep up with the program, we need to put some things in there and just put them as placeholders, just so we have an idea of what we want later on in the future. We created here, these are our samples, which we, for example, this here, we'll change this from the sample to the actual product image later on once we have the product. But this is just put here as a placeholder. And we have here another placeholder with talking about the chafe-free inner lining, and just trying to, fill out the website with things that we want the actual website to have later. But it's right now just, like I said, placeholders just to make it look nice and, remember what kind of website and page it is that we want to have later on. And he also added some stuff here. So if you're building an e-commerce store as well, maybe this will give you some ideas as to what it is that you want to do. Now here is the product page. So this is a page that needs a lot of work. We just put in the things that we thought would be good to put in. So again, it's just pictures of the actual sample shorts with just close-up pictures. We need to change this later on, but we just put that in there as a placeholder, like I mentioned. We also have the product description here, which is really nice. We've been working a lot on this product, and then had some bonuses here. Another thing we had to do was put in a Viking guarantee. So this is the guarantee here that we put in. So we had like a little trust badge, and then the anti-chafe Viking guarantee. These shorts are built for movement, comfort, and zero irritation. If they chafe even once within the first 30 days, we'll refund you every cent, because Vikings don't tolerate discomfort, and neither should you. So we just created like a fun guarantee to build trust with potential buyers once the website goes live. What is it that is so hard about this program? And I mentioned that before. It is the pace. The pace is really intense. You have to do stuff every day. And when you're working full time, like my brother and I are doing, if you're working or you have stuff to do during the day or might be busy, then taking some time away to do stuff every day can make it very challenging, especially when it's 4 weeks straight. So there is that daily pressure of keeping up with the program. And if you don't keep up, it's easy to fall behind, like I did now a couple of days ago when I was flying from Miami to Malaga. I fell behind 3 days, but you try to catch up and you try to find a time slot where you just sit down and then get all those days that you missed done. So I haven't mentioned this yet, but at the end of the program, there will be 3 winners nominated that each get to win $2,500. And that kind of gives us an incentive to keep going and pushing and trying to get those days done. But you need to be active in order to have a chance to win. As I've mentioned as well, we don't have a product yet, so it makes certain things a little bit difficult, but we're working our way through it and we're taking the actions that we can take. And then if one action we can't take today, we'll take that action later. It's just about we're doing what we can with the current knowledge and the current skills that we have and where we are with Nordic Dudes. What's next with this program? We're starting week 3 today, And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this week and perhaps next week as well, the final 2 weeks, we'll be focusing on social media and marketing and that aspect of the business. Hopefully doing that, it will give us some golden nuggets that we could use to grow our business on social media and grow it with our email marketing and our audience and all that. But the main focus, as it has been the first 2 weeks and will be for the next 2 weeks, is just to network, take action, and build momentum and just get the name of Nordic Dudes out into the market. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, we'll see if this turns into something real and if we maybe win. That would be very fun if we win, but we'll see. We still have 2 weeks left. Even if it doesn't turn into massive amounts of sales or we don't win the $2,500, it's not the end of the world because we're still learning so much from this program and we're taking a lot of action that we would have to take eventually anyways, but we're taking it now and we have a website that will be pretty much just this first draft or baseline that we could use in order to build our Shopify website into something amazing later on. Either way, for us, it will be a win-win because we're learning so much, we're networking, and we're getting to know people and growing our business. And then if we win the $2,500 on top of that, that's just a nice extra. Now, my question to you is, would you ever join something like this and be part of something like this if you're starting in business, e-commerce or not? Would you join something like this? Or do you think this program is a waste of time? Let me know down in the comments what you think, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. As always, please like and subscribe. I put as much effort into these videos as I can to make sure that they're as valuable as possible for you. With that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.